At this time, I'd like to invite Javier de la Cal to the stage. I should note that SatLink has been a big supporter since the very beginning. They were at the very first SAFET years ago in Aniara. And so we're really pleased to have Javier here today to talk about EM systems advancements and monitoring activities on board transshipment vessels, which is a key challenge in today's fisheries world. So welcome Javier to the stage.
Yeah, thank you, Baba, and thank you, SAFET, for the invitation for the conference. It's a pleasure for us to be here. And as Baba mentioned, since 2014, we have been joining all the SAFET conference, wherever they have been held. So it's a pleasure again to be here in Bali, wonderful destination for the conference. Today, the speech that I will give about is about the electronic monitoring on board transshipment vessels. That is the work we have been doing these last years. Working with different NGOs, different companies, different retailers, in order to see how we can track also not only the fishing activity on board the vessels, but also how the operations are being handled once fish arrive to port or in high seas transshipment, in order to have more traceability on that fish. We have had this slide a couple of times yesterday, but just to wrap up a little bit fast. SatLink is a Spanish engineering company that focuses on the development on sustainable on technology for sustainable fisheries. Our headquarters are in Madrid, in Spain, and we have regional offices around the world, and mostly a lot of the office currently are being hosted in Asia as a growing market on the industry. We develop in-house solutions, so we are able to be close to the customers and understand their needs and develop the solutions based on the request and the needs of the industry. This is a map of the different projects we have around the world with governments and also with industry. So we have a wide experience developing projects worldwide, being close to customers, no matter what's the place where they are in the world. The electronic monitoring solution that we offer, it's a robust solution that we have been developing for more than 9 years. We have over 300 systems deployed worldwide in a different range of vessels. We provide systems that can range from 1 to 8 cameras or even more, completely configurable based on the needs of the customer and the industry. We don't focus only on cameras. We are also looking into other aspects, as we will be seeing today, such as crane scale or a different set of sensors that are able to monitor the different activities on board the vessel. As mentioned in this presentation, we want to focus on the crane scales. That is the work we have been doing. There is development still that needs to be done, of course. This is not a 100% tool that we can implement yet, and it's something that we continue working and trying to make as accurate as possible. When we talk about a fishing vessel, you miss one fish or you miss two, but when we are speaking about transshipment vessels, a variation in the percentage or the accuracy, when we are speaking about thousands of tons, it can change a lot. So we still need to do some developments to go as accurate as possible. We have the scales that we are using. We have 2 different scales that can provide a different range of capacities, okay, from measuring from kilos and to 50 tons, and that will allow us to go into all kind of different vessels. We will be speaking today about 3 different projects that we are having. One is in the Pacific with a tuna transshipping vessel. The second one is a project we are doing with the European Union and ICAT for the bluefin tuna vessels. And then the third one is a project we are doing with the Cyprus government, also monitoring activities not related with fish. Okay, so we are speaking about transferring any kind of commodity from vessel to shore. In this case, I will start speaking about the Pacific project, where we are working together with the Naturconservancy, with Thai Union, and also with the Tunago fleet. In this case, we started the project without any scales, just looking into the cameras and seeing the operations, both transshipping from purseeiners and to longliners into the carrier vessel. We have seen a great success in order of the reporting of all the activities. And then we started from 2 years ago, including the scales on the vessel, where, as I was mentioning, we still need to do some fine-tuning in order to get to the perfect accuracy. But as we speak, that not all the transfer has been done on port, also in high seas. There is a lot of movement on the vessel, and we are still working with the crews in order to see what's the best way of operating with the scales in order to not have those variations in the weight that we are measuring. We have had, as mentioned, 2 parts of the project, and one of the things that we have to do is to continue working on the accuracy of the scale. This is an example on how the scale is being set up in order to raise the brails and check the transfer on the tuna. And then we have the graphs on how we are seeing all these transfers on the scales, as an example. The second project mentioned is the bluefin tuna farms in the Atlantic Ocean and Mediterranean Sea. In this case, we are delivering the project not only in Spain, this is a Spanish company, but we are also providing the support around the different areas, Morocco, Malta, and other locations. So in this case, we are installing 4 cameras in this vessel, and not only we are putting crane scales, but also we are monitoring the gates opening. So if there is any movement of fish, as bluefin is very controlled at the moment, we also make sure that we are able to detect those moments when they are transferring fish and also when they are processing. So it's a very important component. In this project, we are working with 2 different scales. One is the one provided from SATLink, and then the other one is the one approved by the Spanish government to make sure that the weight is completely accurate and that they have the weight that they have been approved by the Spanish administration. This is a video example of how they are transferring the tuna from the extraction into the processing vessel, okay? And we can see the 2 scales in the video and how the bluefin is being transferred from one vessel to the other. And then in this image, we're seeing how the tuna is being transferred to the processing vessel, where we have an example how they are processing the tuna, and then the other one, how the tuna is being landed on the vessel before processing. And then lastly, we have the project with the Cyprus government, where in this case, we are looking not just for fish, but we are looking into any commodity, okay? And this can be applied to any kind of transshipment vessel looking for any commodity. And what we have seen here is that there was a little bit of misreporting that it has improved along the project. So the company has got used to working with the scales, and we have seen how we have been moving from not using the scales at all to 100% operation with the scale, monitoring all the activities that were taking place. In this case, in order to help also the operations from the vessel owner, the Cyprus government provided with satellite communications to the vessel in order to extract real-time the footage and images from the system to control those operations in real time, no matter the location. And we're speaking that these transshipment vessels, they are flagged to a country, but they are on the complete opposite side of the world. So sometimes the countries don't have that visibility of those eyes on the vessels in order to have the full transparency of the operations. So this is just an example of the projects that we are doing. As mentioned, we continue to develop because this is not a 100% accuracy solution yet. We have to continue working on the algorithms we apply, on the movement of the scales to make sure that we get that perfect accuracy, because as mentioned, one error can significant in a lot of tuna or a lot of fish that could be misreporting on the operations. So this is the presentation. Thank you so much, and please feel free to ask any questions. Otherwise, we'll be in booth number 2 on the exhibition room. Thank you so much.
I think that was a really useful presentation because IUU or transshipment rather is one of the activities, it's understood to be a high-risk activity with respect to IUU. And the more transparency and the more accountability we can get over that particular sector is really critical. And so it's great that we're looking at these technological innovations, both with crane scales and also the AI components of electronic monitoring and potentially other methods of ensuring that practice remains accountable.